Hey guys, this is Chris from the Bristly Boar, and today we'll be unboxing the Merkur 34C Heavy Duty, commonly known as the 34C or the 34C HD. So as you can see, it comes in a simple box. In the front it has a window through which you can actually see the razor head and the side profile, and at the bottom you can see the nut which is used to release the cap. On the side it's a simple side, nothing much at the back going on, and at the bottom you can see the address. It's made in Solingen, Germany, and the serial number of the product. So getting into the box, it's basically comes shipped in this simple cardboard holder, and there's nothing much to it. Just at the back there's some care instructions that basically tells you to clean up the razor every time you change the blade. Personally, I like to clean it up every time I use it. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is the 34C HD. It is arguably the best-selling safety razor of the past decade, probably longer than that, and it is the standard to which safety razors are commonly compared to. It's a two-piece razor, and for those who are unfamiliar what a two-piece razor is, it's basically exactly that. It comes in two pieces. The cap has a nice long screw here, and the base plate is actually held to the handle by a swage connection, if I'm not mistaken, that's what it's called. The handle is quite heavily knurled, which makes for great grip, and at the base you have the nut which actually ties in the screw. Putting that back in. At the bottom you can see the words Merkur, Germany, Solingen, with the Merkur symbol following that, and as you can see the knurling is really very, very good. The handle is essentially hollow. Turn it through, you should be able to see the bottom. Yep, goes straight through. And as you can see, the finish of the cap is perfect. It's immaculate. If you look underneath the cap, the finish is not perfect, but this is typical of Merkur. Anything that comes in contact with your skin will be perfectly finished. Everything else is well finished, but not like what you would see on a DE39, where even underneath the cap it's perfectly finished. So the base plate is the same. If you look at it, well, actually the base plate is slightly better finished. All these edges are well finished but not perfect, and the safety bar is naturally perfectly finished. So this is typical of German products. They're very practical and very well built. I guess it contributes to keeping the price down. You can pick it up for just over $30, $30 to $40 easily. And that's the base. So there you have it, the Merkur 34C HD. One thing I'd like to highlight is that if you are a person who's prone to dropping stuff, the two-piece razor is a great option because you don't have to put in a blade and then put on the base plate and then screw the handle into a relatively short screw. Also, people who are in the field, soldiers who do not want many things to drop or lose for that matter, the two-piece razor is actually a good option because it simplifies things a lot. If you can imagine putting a blade onto a short base plate screw, it's a little bit more difficult, and mating the handle onto a short screw. You can actually check out the comparison on a link that I'll put in the comments below. It's a comparison between two-piece safety razors, three-piece safety razors, and a couple of others, four-piece and the twist to open, also known as the butterfly. But generally speaking, I highly recommend this razor. It's great for beginners, wonderful for veterans. If it's not in your collection, you're looking to get something else, try this out. As mentioned before, it's the standard by which most razors are compared to these days. Bestseller for the past decade, and you really can't go wrong with this razor. So there you have it, the Merkur 34C HD. Great value for money, Can't go wrong. Bestseller of the past decade. Highly recommended. So this was Chris from the Bristly Boar, and as always, have a good shave.